Hey, this is Ann with Doubting Believer and Social Media for Churches, and get ready to be uncomfortable because we're going to talk about money. I do not know very many church people who enjoy talking about money. However, we all know that we need money in order to run our ministries, that we cannot continue to be the people God calls us to be without having the money to fund it. And that's just the truth of it all. And I think we all know, and if you don't, let me be the first to tell you, the offering plate isn't going to cut it anymore. I bet you already know that, but just in case. Yeah, that's not going to work. And by the way, most people in their 20s and 30s are not going to be filling out a pledge card anytime soon. So the old ways that we have funded our ministries, funded our churches for years and years and years and years, that's not working anymore. So we need to have other ways to do that. And if you are not using your social media platforms to help fund your ministry, you are missing out on the opportunity to give those people who engage with your ministry through social media a chance to support your ministry. Think about that. If you are only taking up offering in the offering plates and only handing out pledge cards to people at church or people whose mailing address you have, you are missing the opportunity. You are not giving people an opportunity. People who may very well support and want to support your ministry financially, you're not giving them a chance to do so. Now I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, Ann, if we start asking for money on our social media page, we're going to turn people off. People think churches just want them for their money. That's going to turn them off. They're going to quit following us. Here's what I'm going to say to that. First of all, you are not going to turn your social media platforms into a fundraising page. You will continue to do your ministry through your social media platforms, but you will also add in times in which you can ask people to help fund your ministry. So you're not doing a 180 and going to be all about money all the time on your social media platforms. And I'm going to tell you this, now I know, solo pastor for 20 years, and I know how much it hurts our feelings when people quit coming and people quit following. Yeah, I know this. And we're not supposed to take it personally, but we almost always do. However, if anybody who is following you and engaging with you on social media stops following because you have started asking for money from time to time, those are people who are okay to let go. Because they are not engaged enough with your ministry to support it. And they could keep you from giving the people who do want to support it the opportunity to do so. Right? It is worth losing a couple of people who may say, oh, this church just wants money, when they know that's not true. It's just an excuse people use. It's worth losing those people who are not going to contribute emotionally, spiritually, or financially to your ministry to give the people who are the opportunity to do so. Does that make sense? Can you live with that? Can that be something you're okay with? Okay. Let's talk about how you can use your social media platform to raise money for your church, to fund your ministry. Now, we're just going to start small. There's a lot of things you could do, and I'm not going to get into everything, but we're just going to start small. I've got a free download. I've linked it below. You can download this. It's a 2-pager of things you just kind of want to check to just start off and say, are we doing what we can right now things that don't require a lot of effort? So again, starting small, just, hey, how are we leveraging these things right now? And these are all things that you can do pretty quickly, or you can incorporate fairly easily. There will be more things that are more involved, more advanced. I'll talk about those at a later date. But right now, let's just make sure we're using our social media in an effective way to give people the opportunity to fund our ministries. Okay, now here is the kicker. You have to start with, does your church have an online donation page? Is there a place that people can go to give to your money online, to give to your church online? If you don't have that, just stop this video now. Go talk to the people you need to talk to make that happen. Your church board, your session, your council. I guarantee you, your denomination, whatever that is, has resources to help you get that set up. Get it set up now. Do it now. Do it today. This is crucial. I'm almost sure everybody watching this video already has this set up, but just in case you don't, stop now, go get that done, okay? All right, so you've got your online donation page. Is it easy to find? Can people locate it on your website through your social media platforms? Here's a trick I like to do. call up a friend who is not a church member, and someone who is not a church staff member either. Don't call up a colleague, because we church people are much more intuitive about navigating church pages than your average lay person. So call up non-church member, non-church staff person and ask them to go on your website, to go on your social media platforms, and find out how long it takes them to figure out how to navigate to a page where that they can donate online. If it takes them more than a minute, I'd really say if it takes them more than 30 seconds, but definitely if it takes them more than a minute in any of those places, you need to rethink where you are placing your links, where you are placing your opportunities. Make sure on your social media platforms, you have your link to your donation page in your About section or your Bio section. Make sure that is easy to find in all of the places you are online. That is just a simple thing to do, and it can really yield some big results. So, you've got an online donation page. You've made it easy to find. So there are a few other things, again, that are fairly easy to implement. I'm going to highlight a couple here,